Russia is invading Europe in 2014. This is a big deal.
The Russian military now being directly involved in fighting Ukrainian government forces.
Satellite imagery show Russian combat units southeast of Donetsk in eastern Ukraine.
So President Obama, Western leaders, everybody is furious about this.
Russia has deliberately and repeatedly violated the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Ukraine.
To understand why this is all happening in Ukraine, you actually have to go back to 2012, which is when Russian President Vladimir Putin ran for re-election. There were big protests in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and a couple other places. He completely panicked, and that's when he shifted political strategies from economic growth to anti-Western paranoia, conservative Christian orthodoxy, and a Russian imperial revival nationalism. Then jump ahead to November 2013. That's when the Ukraine crisis breaks out. You have protesters in Kiev that want to topple the pro-Russian government, replace it with a pro-European government. Putin sees this as a direct threat fomented by the Americans against Russia. When the government falls, that's when he invades to annex Crimea. He gains a huge popularity boost in Russia over this. It works out for him wonderfully politically, and he gets addicted to it. And that's why shortly after that, he starts supporting these pro-Russia separatist rebels in eastern Ukraine. The rebels take over a couple cities. Putin starts escalating. In July, he hands the rebels these very sophisticated surface-to-air missiles, which they use to shoot down Malaysian Airlines Flight 17.
U.S. officials say pro-Russian rebels are responsible.
Ukraine is fed up. The West is fed up. Ukrainian military moves in to retake these eastern cities, actually push out a number of the rebels. Putin really panics because he thinks he's going to lose everything and has bared this huge cost of economic sanctions for doing it. He couldn't afford to build up the crisis as so crucial for Russia and then just kind of watch these rebels lose. So he was pulled into an invasion that clearly is not going to work out in his long-term strategic interest. And the thing that makes that so scary is that if that's the case, that means he has no strategy, it means he has no actual objective that he's trying to achieve, and it means that there is no clear end in sight for this crisis.